This is the must watch before you buy IllumiBot, or if you already have it, so that you're not frustrated. Can you, out of the box with it, make an amazing show in your house? Yes. Can it do all the things and it's very powerful? Yes. But are you going to plug it in right away and have it done within 24 hours? No. Unless you were a crazy super techie person, you've been doing projection mapping for years, then that might be the case. But even still, there's going to be a learning curve for you and for everyone. So my plan on this video, let me explain to you what I've thought so far of the product, IllumiBot, where I am at, and I can only speak from my experience of how far I am, but I just want you to have that realistic expectation. I don't want you to get mad at it because it's very easy to do. This is not something that you pull out of the box like an animatronic or like plug it in within an hour, you're done. And at the end of the video, I will show you some of the tech. I'm going to show you where I'm at, some of the masking tips. I'm going to try to upload it, and some of the AI things I've discovered on my journey. I screen recorded. So stay tuned for that at the end. Here's what I know. So far, IllumiBot has been amazing. They know that their product is a work in progress. And some people are like, well, why would they release it if it's not perfect? Because they need to get it to the masses. Like I said, can you do everything and make a show and get your money's worth? Yes. But they need to find, oh, we like this, we don't like this, we like this. Because it's a startup, things are new, ever evolving. Here's what I found. Join, if you haven't, IllumiBot's Facebook group. They respond super fast. There are some people in there, right? We're all learning together. I'm not an expert. I'm just taking you along on my journey. There's also in the app of IllumiBot, which is free to download, and I highly recommend you do, there's a help tab. Everybody, myself included, is saying how they respond super fast so you're not left alone. I think the number one thing is downloading that app. It's free on Apple and it's free on Android, so that you can start familiarizing yourself. And I kind of explain it like this, right? And I'm trying to setting you up so just to like know what you're dealing with. If you were on TikTok and made videos in CapCut, you have to learn the software. If you're on YouTube, you have to learn how to make thumbnails and all the things. And I remember when I started on YouTube, I knew nothing. I was scared to death, like with IllumiBot, SEO, how to make thumbnails. I know how to do it all now. It's like anything. It's new. And as it's a new startup, they're constantly making things better. They're adjusting. And I kind of want to point out to you what I found on the app. So the stylist, when you go to set up on the onboarding of it, I thought it was neat. It's not as sensitive yet. They're working on it. So the stylist isn't great yet because of when you're touching the screen, you have to keep, I found that my thumb sometimes works better than the stylus, but IllumiBot knows they're working on it for the sensitivity. So when you first set it up, don't be frustrated with the onboarding. Use your finger. It might not be your stylus. And I kind of want to take you through some things to think about as you're doing this, because it's very intimidating, very frustrating, because we just don't know it. And once you get to start to know it, and I'll give an example, 3 seconds, you're like, oh, that's easy. Well, it's not easy when it's new. So when you're onboarding and you're trying to find your personal Wi-Fi signal, something I forgot, if you changed your password, it's not going to work of your own Wi-Fi. Like, you're like, I keep typing in my phone number and it's not connecting to the Wi-Fi, the IllumiBot. Maybe you changed your password. Just something to think about, because I am like, oh, we changed our password. My fault, not IllumiBot. So even as you're onboarding, you got to be patient. Like, is it a little bit slower on their end? Is it a little bit slower with the Wi-Fi? So that in itself can be a little bit of a process, because is it their end? Is it my end? What I found is, as you're going through these steps, as a new person, right? You've never done any of this before. Be patient with yourself. Maybe walk away from it, come back to it, read the comments. Just know, here's my biggest thing on this and why I wanted to get this video out, is if you're watching this now, great. You have time. It's September 2nd. You have till October if you're going to make the show, right? We've got time to figure it out. If you just bought this and it's like a week out and it's just too much because you're not a tech person, because in my last video, I talked about even the projector. It's not just plug it in and it's ready to roll. There's adjustments. This is supposed to be fun. Maybe like, you know what? I don't want to stress myself out, my husband out, my wife out. Somebody made a joke in the comments on the IllumiBot. We might get a divorce over this, trying to figure this out, kidding, right? Forget it. Go into Christmas. Go, you know what? I'm going with this mindset. This is going to be fun. It's going to take a little bit for me to figure out, and maybe then your show is Thanksgiving or Christmas. I just don't want you to think that as soon as you get it, if you got it right before the holiday, unless you're that 1% who's just crazy super tech, you can do it. So if you're new, like most of us, there is a learning curve on the projector that you're going to buy. Like if you've never had projectors, or even if you're coming from Atmos FX, we've had some little projectors, and there's a learning curve on those. You have to figure those out. This is a different game, right? Now you're at the big boy projector. You have to learn the different features of it. So that alone, which we're going to do today, takes some time. I don't want you to get this and go, I'm frustrated, just never should have bought it. Because I had the moment with the projector, I'm like, right, did I do the right thing? And my wife was like, yes, because it's just new, right? So I don't want you to go, I never should have bought this. Here's what I know. At the end of the day, the power and the things that they are doing with this is mind-blowing. And remember, your house, when you figure this out, as you will, we're all figuring out together. I learned one thing on YouTube. Everything is figure outable. It just takes time. You can do this. Like I said, I was not techie at all. I'm like a slow poke. I need a little handholding, and then I figure it out. And I plan to do that with you. But your house is going to look like no one else in the neighborhood. Number one, you're spending some money on this, well worth it, but not everybody has that money. $1,000 projector, $300 for that. Like not everybody does in the finances. So right there, it separates you. Even if you're a little competitive with your decorations, I am a little. Sometimes don't judge. It's fun. Right there, it separates you, and then what you create. The reason that this isn't, it's hard a little in the beginning, not to scare you, but if it was super easy, right? Everybody would do it right off the bat. That's why when people come to your house, they're going to be mind blown and go, are you like, what is this? Are you kidding me? Good news. IllumiBot is making it super easy, right? Because remember, we're in a different stage. We're in a different season with IllumiBot. We are early adopters, just released. They're working on this day and night to make it better. We're trying to figure it out. At some point, the goal and the AI that they're using to make it like seamless, and I've already seen the progression in a short time, it's amazing, right? But the goal of IllumiBot, and I want just for you to understand, because some people are super techie, is that you can do everything on your phone. You can sit at bed, and I've done it when I started making the AI. You can just sit in the bed, and this was why I was attracted to this, because I've seen the other projection stuff, looks awesome. But I'm like, not that on the computer of this program, and this is a turnkey plug and play. Like, we're getting there. And you can sit in bed and create all of this stuff from your bed. Everything you need to do is on this phone. This was my attraction to it. And some people said, well, what about desktop? What about an iPad? They're moving that way to create that software, but they made it very clear. Their prime focus, their baby, is to make it all done on the phone. So if you're a computer guy, that software is coming down the road, but their main focus and always will be so that the average person, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, can take their phone and everybody can do amazing decorations. So it's coming, right? Like I see they are constantly doing updates. They're constantly, and here's the thing, December 2nd, they're doing another upgrade, right? A big relaunch of changes. So on the help ticket, or you can message them, things that you'd like to see, they listen. One thing I love about IllumiBot is, number one, I feel like it's not all about money to them. They really want to deliver a product. They don't just care, they care about the people, is what I'm finding. And then they take feedback. They don't have an ego of like, oh, you don't understand. Tell them what you'd like to see. I've already seen changes. They've already done things within the app that people have wanted. So it's a constant work in progress. And I'm just telling you, one thing that they're working on is just the power. Let me just quickly say, if you're new to this, not only can you do your AI images, right? Your still images, you can animate them, all these crazy things. Then you have Atmos FX, those digital decorations we've already gotten. You can work that into your show. Then you can work your own video, right? If you've taken video from YouTube or wherever, you can work that in. So now you've got 3 different avenues. And then they're working on a functionality, I believe, to where, let's say if you have an animatronic, you have a fog machine, it will go in your show and at some point turn on through some switch mechanism your animatronic, your fog machine. The power of this. Oh, and you can put it to music. I'll explain how you can do that. Like, you might have to buy an adapter, which I'm gonna have to get for this projector. And I'll give you my biggest secret ever. I'll share with you all my biggest secret on the holiday projections. But this is where it's going. So don't get frustrated. I know it's hard, but just be patient in the process. So when you're logging on, I said, right, the stylist isn't the best. When you go to do your masking, and like I said, at the end of this video, I'm gonna try to, I'll upload, I did some screenshot to help you so you know what I'm talking about. The stylist on it isn't working. I found my finger was a little better. They also have the AI that will mask your house. You push a button, it says auto generate, and it will help mask your house. But here's my big quick. I just want to kind of say some verbal things so you can process this, and then I'll go to the videos that I screen recorded and try to help you. Once you mask your house, and here was a question, do I need to have the IllumiBot, the robot, online to make AI pictures of my house to generate? No, the IllumiBot does not have to be hooked up. It does not have to be on the robot to your projector or the system to make AI generated photos, right? All of it's done on your phone. You don't have to have your robot online. You can sit in your bed, be connected to the app, right, to IllumiBot's app, and make the images from your bed. There was a lot of confusion. Does this have to be on? No. So what you can do, square one, and here's my biggest, learn the app, right? Go through the app. If you haven't bought it, download it from free, start looking. And here's the thing with the frustration. You might have done something, you're like, wait a minute, I don't see that it's there. I was just there. Remember, this is a work in progress. They might take something out, they're bringing it back, they're fixing it. So don't be frustrated with you. You're like, I'm going crazy. I don't see this button. They might have changed something on their end. This is why we need to be patient. All right. So when you get this and you want to get started, you're like, I want to get going with this, with the masking learning curve. All you need to do to start messing with the AI, take a photo of your house. Then you're going to upload the photo of your house, right? You don't need to do it correct. We're not super making it where we take the photo above the projector, which we'll get to that step. I haven't been there. I'll explain that. But we just want to start making images, right? We want to have some kind of fun. So you're going to upload that. Here's the thing. You're going to be like, Cooley, I don't have any images. I went to the prompting section where I could start making and nothing's happening. If you didn't mask your house right, I had to learn this, you're not going to get an image. No image. It's not them. You masked it wrong. And how do you know? Number one is if you prompt something and no image comes, it's wrong. Or you're going to see this little door. I looked for it. I erased it. You're going to get an image and it's going to be like a little rectangular door, and that's it. That means you did it wrong and you didn't mask it right, but you don't know because this is new. You're like, all right, does a little door mean something? It's wrong. And I'll try, maybe eventually I can show. I did some screenshots and some video to show you. It hasn't been done correctly, right? So if you get a door and no image, that's because you did it wrong. The other thing I want to say is when you start to make images, now most people, there's two modes. There's going to be a simple mode that you'll see in the app itself and advanced. Now for most people, simple is all you need. You can play there. However, because remember, it's as many images you want with that subscription, $15 a month, unlimited images. If you take that still image, you can animate, meaning you can put movement to it, right? It costs some tokens, but you can do that, and that's an advanced mode. It's not that hard. And you're like, that's easy for you to say. I promise. You just push a button and it says animate. I haven't done it yet, but you push the button. All right. So while you're in this simple mode, all right, and here's what I found. I'm going to give you some verbal tips, and then you'll see some of the stuff I did in the video. When you first start and you prompt it, and what I found is a little more of the detail of the prompt, and that's right, there's learning curve. Some people have never worked with AI, and you're like, how do I do this? Learning how to prompt for what your images are, you'll get better at. You can use AI for that. I do. ChatGPT, Gemini, just say what you want. You can talk in the phone itself. But if you're trying to all right, what do I want to do? So the little more detailed you are, the more the AI is going to work. So you say your thing. Let's say you try it. Go Halloween house. You're going to be, that's not very impressive. And then if you hit it with some detail with the AI prompt, either you come up with crazy detail or get it from another AI. Do you hear what I'm saying? You'll see, go, whoa, now we're talking. So when you first load it, some people are like, why does it take forever? Let me tell you what's going to happen. What I found. If you just load one or two things, it can take a while to get the images going. You're like, what's going on? As I understand it, these servers need to warm up. So what I found on simple mode, and because in advanced mode, it seems, I could be wrong, it takes a little longer to generate the photos. So just start in simple mode. And if you upload 3, 6, 9, 12, 30, 40 different AI prompts, once this thing gets going and cooking, it starts cranking the images out, right? So what I found is throw in some more prompting, and within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it'll start cranking them out. What you're gonna see, and I did this, I recorded, but I just want you to hear it. First, you're gonna see an orange flashing light. Means you're sitting in the queue, I believe. It's not working on your prompt, this orange flashing. And sometimes it takes a while. Then it's gonna move to a green, flashing light. That means it's cooking, meaning it's working on your image, right? Depending on the complexity, how long it takes, it's making your image. So it's gonna flash green, all right? And you might have, let's say you have 10 prompts. Some they're waiting in the queue, some it's flashing, and then how you know it's working, you're going to get an image. It's the green flashing is gonna stop, and you're gonna have an image, all right? However, why it's green flashing as it's working on your house, you might see a little bit of an image, right? So why it's green, you can even touch it, click on it, and you'll see the image. It's in progress. So you might start to see an image and it's still flashing green. It's not finished. It's still adding more stuff to your house, okay? And sometimes it takes longer. Now, I'm not sure if you know in the comments or IllumiBot sees this video, can you be out of the app and have it continue to work on your images? I think so, but I'm not sure. But you'll find some images take longer, some are shorter, but once this thing cranks up, and this is why I said put at least 5 or 10 prompts on there, it starts to move. And you don't know, remember, this is a shared server and other people are using, how busy, how, is it your Wi-Fi? Is it, there's so many variables. But I find on average, some are slower, some might bomb and not wake it. It will start to make the images. And here's the part, you don't know what you don't know. So there's that learning curve of okay, I get all right, it needs a few more prompts. It takes, right? So once again, be patient. I was super nervous. I messed up. What does it even look like? And so now when it comes to making images on my phone, I'm like this. Okay, simple. I could teach you in 3 seconds, but it wasn't like that when I started. And this is why I'm this learning curve. Let me give you a trick. After the images are made, good, bad, you screwed it up, it's not even an image, in your section and prompts, there's a prompt button, it's gonna say gallery. Click the gallery. All the work that you have done is gonna sit in that gallery. And some people are like, well, how do I delete these? Here's the trick. All you do is long hold, press one of your photos that you don't want, long hold it, okay? Then and it's gonna light up green. It's gonna have a green outline. Then you can go through and go click, click, click on the photos you don't want and it's going to highlight them green. And then there's a delete button and you can get rid of it. Okay, so my point to this video is I just wanted to set the level of expectation. I don't think you're going to take it out and within 24 hours. It's right. There's a lot. And even to learn, you can stay in simple mode. I think most people will. They might go into advanced mode to animate. Doesn't seem very hard, right? But let's say you get into this. Well, there's different AI models. This is why, like, it's as simple as you want it to be or as crazy techy as you want it to be, right? With the thought process of it's a work in progress, right? As IllumiBot continues to keep changing and fixing, it's just going to get easier and easier to a point where it really is probably within 24, 48 hours, 72 hours, you can just plug and play. Like, they're moving there. But if you go into the advanced mode, right, they are using different AI creative. Like, there's so much, so you don't even know what you like. You're like, all right, if I push this and it makes a haul, I don't really like the way that AI creative. All right, let me go to this AI model creative, different ones. Push, oh, I like that house, but like, you gotta even learn your style. And then even within the basic AI creative models in the advanced feature, remember simple mode, just tell it what you want, and the images are pretty awesome, I'm gonna say. I really like simple mode. I'm not deep into advanced, but simple mode is pretty cool. Anyways, so once there's like 6, 7, 8, I don't know how many different creative AI models within the advanced, then you can go another level and take the photo and then add a different look. Like one of them that I saw as cool as Tim Burton, right? Tim Burton has a style. Well, you can take your image, click the Tim Burton one, and it makes that image a Tim Burton style. This is how crazy. Then you can animate it. So, right, baby steps. But I'm telling you this. Get ready for people to go, how did you do it? Right? At the end of the day, here's the thing that I kind of equate it to. All of us, I assume a lot of us that are getting this are really into decorating. You know how much work goes into decorating, right? Our decorating season, we're tired. But people ask me, they go, why do you decorate? The reason I decorate for me, and you don't realize, I just want to share this story with you, the impact that you have on people, because I love to see their eyes. I know that the world is hard. If I can bring some magic, right? It makes me emotional. If I can bring some magic to people for a few minutes, a few moments to like forget their day, that's why we do it. At least that's why I do it. I think why most of us do it. And here's the impact that I didn't know, and now it even pushes me more, because we are tired, especially as we get older. It's hard to, my back is wrecked through the holiday season, right? Almost 53 years old. A woman in my neighborhood, her mother lives with her. Her mother is like 80 something years old. She texted me on the side or in Facebook and said, I want you to know your image, Atmos FX, right? The turkey guy for Thanksgiving, the Tom the turkey, the funny guy, motivates my mom to get out and walk to see that in your window. She looks forward to walking and seeing Tom the turkey in your, I never knew this, right? Because we don't know, like, you hope it affects people, but you don't know. And so I was like, wow, my little Tom the turkey from Atmos FX affected her. My neighbor husband, I was a little late last year, like trying to like, and she goes, hey, is Cooley gonna get his decorations? Like, what's going on? He told me this. So even if you don't know it, you're making an impact, and it's worth it to be patient of the joy you can bring with this, because you know as a little kid, kind of why we probably most of us do it, how much this affects the kids. So all I'm saying to you, get involved with the Facebook group, get in my comments. I am not an expert by no means. My whole plan is for everybody to learn from each other and just to bring joy, right? Let's bring some happiness to people. So I'm gonna now move on to the tech part. Let me see, first time I'm screen recording, and kind of show you what I was talking about so you can see it firsthand. Let me move to that. All right, I wanted to show you the house with this red line. If you just upload your house and it's not masked correctly and you just see that, it's not going to make the photo. You see how I'm moving that line across? That little line across, when you mask it, it must be across. Try both. it's either left or right when you go to mask. But you need that little line, that little red line, for you to show that you masked it right so that you can upload your AI images. I think when you mask it, that little line, and I'll play it again, it might need to go from right to left. But you have to cross your home with that little line, and then it's masked. If you don't do it, you didn't mask it right, and you won't get an image. And as I keep doing this, I'll even do another video to show you guys. All right, so once it's masked right and you do your prompt, you'll send it off and you're gonna see this yellow flashing. This means that it's in the queue and it's waiting its turn, I believe, to start working on your prompt. So it hasn't started working on your prompt yet. Now you see the green flashing. That means it's got your prompt and it's working on it. It's cooking, it's generating the image. Now, if you notice the other two, the yellow still hasn't got it yet. It's still sitting in the queue, but that green flashing means it's starting to work on your prompt. All right, so now you see there's an image. It's all done. It's created the image. It's finished. You see the green still flashing, means it's working on a prompt. And of course, that yellow, it hasn't started working on your new prompt yet. See, in this video, you can see it's two have been done. You see the house, it's been finished. It's still working on another prompt. You see the little heart. If you push that, that will favorite it and it'll save it in your library as your favorite, or actually the gallery. Oop, and you saw it just finished the other one. It went from working, and I'll replay that, to you just saw when it finishes it, it stops the green flashing light. So here you can see it's still working on the image, but if you look up top, I've highlighted it with green. You have an image, but it's still working to completion. So you can see what it's generating, but it's not finished yet. And the last part of the video, I just want you to see, once the image is done, you can click on it, highlight it, and then you'll scroll up, and that's what your image is going to look like on the house. That's completed. That's what it'll show up as. So I'll try to continue to post more as I learn, but this is where I'm at in my stage, and I'll take you along with my journey. I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or want to teach us anything, let us know down below. Thanks for watching, guys.